It's probably gonna be a really, really short one. I'm not gonna be doing too much, but I'm gonna be working on some of my milestones for the week, and I'm gonna be using the Loquitor for all of them. So, um, today's flashpoint is Titan. Let's do like maybe a couple public events, and then we can do like a couple Crucible matches, and then after that we could do maybe a quick strike, and then that would wrap up a video or the stream. I actually haven't even touched this gun yet, except for I looked at it and fooled around with a couple of the scopes. So, I'm trying to figure out a good camo to look on. But yeah, this will be the gun I'm using all day today for this video, because it's a brand new gun. It's the gun that got released for the faction rally last week, and let's see how good it is in all the different aspects of the game. So right off the bat, we're gonna be doing public events, and then after that, it will be Crucible, and then if we have time, I'll do a strike. Oh, there it is. And throughout the video, I'll be messing with all the different options on this. It'll be like different scopes, different attachments. Let's see, what's all our options? Right off the bat, we got the GA post, which is the default. Then we got the SD thermal, and then we got the long ranged, and then we got alloy and appended. To be honest, I probably would prefer ricochet rounds. Crazy low rate of fire, but it hits hard. Wow, okay, that reloads really slowly. I think that'll probably be my biggest problem with this gun. It's just how slow the reload is. Jesus. Maybe I'll do alloy mag, because it does have what's it, high impact reserves, where the second half of the clip does more damage. I think it goes from like 3% around where the middle is increased damage, and then by the last 3 rounds in the mag, it goes all the way up to 6%. So it's a slowly increasing percentage of damage, but it's kind of nice. And if you want a good exotic to complement that, would be the Axiom War Rig for the Titan, because you could just basically stay on the second half of the mag forever and keep that damage bonus, because it'll keep refilling your auto rifle, which is nice. But yeah, this will not be too long of a stream, only because I have to babysit my niece and nephew, which isn't too bad. I'm not complaining. Just oh, there's 2 worms up there this time. What? There's never 2 worms. Where did they go? Yeah, they're good kids-ish. I mean, at least my nephew is, and it's nice and all, but they're a handful when they're together, so there's always that. I actually really like this SMG. I wish they made more SMGs like that. They aren't deactivating the buffs when you're not on the right planet. That's weird. Normally they Oh, not the Titan one, obviously, but like... Oh, it's because they're all for Titan except for this one. So I've noticed that Sagira's shell, when you're not on Mercury, it doesn't deactivate the buffs that you get from Mercury. Usually when you're on the wrong planet, it'll like darken the ones that aren't active. For some reason, Sagira's shell doesn't do that. I find it really weird, but... So yeah, I guess if you're a Titan, use the Actium War Rig with this. If you're a Hunter, I'd probably recommend doing the Gunslinger class, just so you get those faster reloads, because damn, this thing, like... It has a bit of a reload time. I guess it's not as bad as I originally kind of made it out to be, but... Could definitely be better. Let's see what this scope is like. There we go. Ooh. Okay, I actually kind of like that. I'm not gonna lie. I might just keep the... Because it's a... It's not a scout. But it's a recon scope. It doesn't really zoom in, but it's... nice. And it isn't too hard to control, which is nice. Everyone talks about these specific type of auto rifle, and it's like since the bullets hit so hard, it makes you bounce up so much. It's not too bad. If you're trying to get precision shots like at a range, yeah, that shit ain't happening, but it ain't too bad overall. Now, if it had something like Rampage on it, I think I'd really, really like this auto rifle. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Kind of a sad moment, to be honest. So for this entire stream, I'll only be using the Loquitor and my heavy weapon, which in this case is the Telesto. It's definitely not a bad... Oh, crap. Oh, yeah, since it's the, what is it, what is it called? Public... No, it's the Cade thing. Since Cade's weak is on Titan, that's why, I did that. What is it called again? Flashpoint. Since the Flashpoint is Titan this week, it's like that. Whoa, was that a third? That did 33%? They really buffed the Flashpoint thing. Holy crap. It's all stuck to his crotch. Alright, oh, scavengers. Let's go get the scavengers. So far, like, this is actually my first time using this gun. I bought it yesterday and didn't do anything online. Initial thoughts, it's not bad. I kind of like it. It's refreshing to use a new type of, auto rifle, because I'm so used to using like the 600 and the 900 RPM, but it's definitely not bad. Did the chest already disappear? Fuck. It's a nice change of pace. It's definitely a heavy hitter. So if you can do a semi-good job at like controlling this recoil, you'd have really good sustained damage. So it's definitely not a bad one, but it's a very niche RPM. And I say that because I don't see this doing very well in the Crucible. We're gonna see later when I actually do that, but it's a really heavy gun. It's a really slow gun. More than just in the fire rate, but also in just like you just it's slow switching, the handling's low. It's definitely got, you know, a specific acquired taste for someone to be using it. I'm not saying it's bad. To be honest, I actually kind of like it. I haven't used an auto rifle like this since Destiny 1. Heck, I even picked up the half dandy a couple times in Destiny 2 and I didn't even use it, so this type of auto rifle definitely doesn't have the kind of welcomed place as it would in Destiny 1, but it's not bad. It's definitely good in PvE. I think it'll do very well and probably thrive a little bit there, but I honestly don't see this doing much in PvP. Then again, that is just my opinion. None of this is facts. Maybe you could just completely destroy in PvP with this gun. I don't know. But, yeah. Oh, this guy's using the Aeon gauntlets too. They both look like glowing porcupines. First time I saw the actual needles come out of this gauntlet, it freaked me the crap out. I was doing a raid. I wasn't trying to complete the raid or anything. I was just trying to get like encounters done so I could get more seals for my for my Acries completed. The needles came out and I was like freaking out. I'm like, what the frick is wrong with my character? Although I will say this gun looks nice. I'm not a huge New Monarchy advocate, but I will say their shaders are pretty dope. I think... No, not that one. I think that looks really nice. That one. That is very similar to the New Monarchy colors, but it's a different shader. So, if you want yours to still keep the theme of New Monarchy, but you still want to like make it look different from everyone else who's just putting a different New Monarchy shader on their Loquitor, then you can do that, and it doesn't look half bad. It's a nice gun. How much does a pendant mag increase? 36. Only raises it 4 bullets, and I lose that much stability. Damn. I don't know if it's just me or what, but whenever I put alloy magazine on a gun, I actually don't notice a difference in the reload time. Alright, let's just try this real quick. It increases the reload by like a fraction of a second. It's not... Alloy magazine isn't that great. So I'm just probably going to stick with ricochet rounds for this gun, especially since it boosts stability so much. I wish one of these scopes would increase stability. I'm not a huge fan of the thermal. I just gotta... Oh, wait, no. This thermal isn't too bad. Maybe I was thinking of a different scope. This thermal isn't too bad. I think I still prefer the scope, the LC ranged. So this will probably be what I run my Loquitor on from now on. Just thinking about it. Ooh, that looks nice. I actually don't use Suros shaders on hardly anything, but it does look nice. So while we're just waiting for the public event to happen, that shader looks gorgeous. I've got too many shaders and not enough things to put them on. Ooh, I kinda like that. this will be the last public event, and we'll do a couple Crucible matches to see how it fares there.
Guardian, the Fallen are bringing in their armory. Again. You'd think they'd know better by now.
Why would the Fallen know better by now? They never know better.
Teach them a new lesson.
Oops. Missed. You know what I would really like for Destiny 2 is you would have roles for guns where they do more damage to specific types of enemies. Like, I missed my, like, fallen damage guns from Destiny 1. Just out of comparison, I'm going to do a quick usage of my... So let's do... That's 97. That's 74. Ugh. Am I not pushing me off? Okay. No? Okay, fine. Pick a place and stick with it, pal. Okay, apparently this gun is not that great for this public event, because on so many other guns, I would have already popped that leg off by now. But I will say you can definitely see the increase when, for the, high impact reserves on this gun in this public event. Yeah, I would have popped this leg off already on it with a different gun. I think if they just increased the rate of fire just a smidge, it'd do so much better, but I don't know, it's just too slow. I like the idea of having different RPMs and such and all that cool jazz, but just with the rate of fire being that slow, it doesn't do all that well compared to other auto rifles. Sure, it does a crap ton more damage per bullet, but that doesn't necessarily increase its time to kill, which is what hurts it so bad. On top of that, I even think this class of auto rifle got a buff a few months back. Although, I will say, this is a very unique gun. I think there's only 2 of this archetype in the entire game right now. One of them being this, and the other one being the half dandy. So, definitely, if you haven't bought it already, or you don't think about buying it, or anything like that, go ahead and grab it. If you have problems gaining Glimmer, my biggest recommendation would be public events. Do the heroic version, and then just grind them for like an hour, and you'll have enough money. That's how I always have like cap money when I'm not spending it all the time. I stopped playing this game for probably about 2 weeks until the faction rally finally happened, and then I grinded this game all the way out during the faction rally, and plus a little extra. Finally got the guns I wanted. Accidentally deleted one of them. You know, the usual. But What I will say is, I find it interesting that this gun is what got picked. Um, I'm guessing everyone probably picked New Monarchy for the ornaments. To be honest, I was going hardcore New Monarchy, Future War Cult, and also Dead Orbit, mainly because I liked their guns. But hmm, it's an interesting gun. I definitely think it needs a buff. I think it got buffed a little while back, even though that was just literally the half Dante that got buffed by itself because that was the only gun out at the time. But it just it needs a little something, and I don't know what that little something is. If I say faster fire rate, then I think the recoil will go completely out of control, and you won't be able to use this gun at all. If I say less recoil, then still think the time to kill will be too slow. If I say both, then the gun actually might become overpowered. Or it will become too much like a different gun, so then there's no point in it being a different archetype. I don't know. It's just the gun type is missing something. Nothing big, it's just something small. And I can't quite figure out what that is. Let's see, what's its current RPM? Rounds per minute, 360. And the next one up is 450. So maybe if they gave it a good chunk of stability and maybe raised up the RPM to like 400 and see what that would do. Not like too much stability, but like enough stability to where it would kind of turn out to the same of what it's right now. Because when you increase the fire rate, it makes the stability worse. That's why the higher RPM auto rifles have more stability. I don't know, there's something definitely particular about this type of archetype, and I can't quite place my finger on what it needs. But it definitely needs something. It needs a little love, it needs a little boost. Whoa, was that just me? Holy crap, this thing does a lot of damage. So, never mind. Ignore what I said earlier. Maybe it's really good in the Crucible. Crap. Freaking... Oh, Jade Rabbit. I haven't seen somebody use that in PvP and... Well, either since me or since Destiny 1. Did I get a single hit on that? What is that? Oh, that's the Uriel's gift. To this day, I refuse to use that gun. Just because I don't like it. And I think everyone else uses it too much. I don't know. If I want a gun like that, I go for freaking the number. So actually the time to kill doesn't seem too bad in PvP. I'm not saying it's a god tier weapon, but it's not bad. I mean, unless you're close quarters, then it's like fucking horrible. Oh shit. I don't know. I have yet to be able to use swords in PvP. Like, people are just too small. That or just can't get close enough. Oh, nope, 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 nope. Not having fun with that. Huh. It's not I guess the only problem it has in PvP is just the accuracy. It's garbage. So maybe if the accuracy was boosted, it would be a lot better. And the saving grace is definitely headshots. Just the damage per bullet this thing does is tremendous. Huh. How much health does someone have in PvP? Is it 200? It's like 100 for shield and 100 for otherwise? That's probably less than 100 for otherwise. Oh crap, that's a lot of people. You know, people don't really use the 900 round per minute archetype for auto rifles anymore. Like the Loquitor. I think that's 900 rounds, right?
You captured Zone B. Zone advantage is yours.
Okay. Why do I feel like I'm lagging? No, I've got really good internet. Fuck. Rest for the wicked. What sword is that? Rest for the wicked. That name sounds familiar, but I can't place my finger on where it's from. Screw you. Yeah. If they're, like, anywhere within that medium range, this gun isn't going to do anything. Now, the positive outlook is literally a monster. But this one, it's like... This is one of the longer range ones, even though the accuracy is terrible. So if you can't keep the people, like, in that range, you're probably not going to be able to kill them. You again? Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. There's one dude that's chased me down with a freaking sword. Probably about 4 times now. He's died twice. Where does he keep getting this heavy ammo? Storm Trance. And, oh, that's our bro. Nice. You made a crap ton of orbs, dude. Holy shit. I mean, I'm thankful. Thank you. Yeah, this... My description of how this fares in PvP is probably with my description that I gave earlier. It's got a very niche taste for it. Like, you need a very specific play type to be using this. You gotta get used to it, you gotta get good at it, and maybe then it'll be something spectacular for you personally, but this is definitely not going to be in the meta for the game. It's not going to be like a everyone needs this kind of thing. It's not bad, for sure. It's really, really good, but yeah. Whew. Whew. Well, okay then. Skill-based rewards? I'm just kidding. Didn't do too great. It's a very unique gun. 5 cashers, that's not too bad. let's do one more Crucible match, and then we can maybe do a quick strike, and then I'll wrap it up. Just as a kind of like a brief overview of the Loquitor. Surely isn't a bad gun. I just like if you came up, I'd put it as a 10 for just kind of like a fun gun to use, and like a heavy hitting gun, and good for like sustained damage against something like Callus, because he's a big guy. He's got a big, crit box, but something like PvP, something like just basic PvE running, I'd go with maybe a 6 on that like fun factor. It's not gonna have the time to kill like the number does, or like positive outlook. If anything is within a certain range of you, especially in PvP, you're gonna be struggling to kill them before they do a crap ton of damage to you.
You must protect your friends.
But it hits hard. Like, tanks hit hard and hit slow, and rogues hit light and attack fast. So which one do you prefer? Do you prefer something like the Loquitor, where you put a shit ton of bullets in people and then that do hardly any damage per bullet? Or do you do very few bullets that do crap tons of damage? You can't really rate this gun, since there's really only one other gun you can like compare it to. Oh crap, he had the colony. There's really only one other gun in this entire game for you to compare it to, and really not that many people use that in the first place. Now, if you're a half D&D fan, get this gun.
Lost the lead.
Oh, okay. Sorry for that. I was sorry for the just stupid death. I got a notification on my console saying my internet wasn't good enough to stream, even though it is. So, oh, well, there goes that. So I had to make sure I was actually still streaming. Whoa! The Morrigan. I don't recognize that rocket launcher.
Gains the lead.
Whoa, 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 whoa. That was a lot of lag. Yeah, I guess the best I would say is this is not a gun you would go, like, God mode in PvP with.
2-for-1. What can stop you if you fight together? Nothing. 5 minutes. Could go your way. Could go theirs.
They're going heavy on the team shot. Now let's have a little fun with the heavy ammo. And by that I mean do stupid shit and... Oh, well, that sucks. Nope, that hurts. Ow, excuse me. Thank you, other random person.
Keep this up and the battle is yours.
Ow. Yeah. This thing has really bad stability to begin with, and then that flinch that they add whenever you're in PvP just makes it that much worse. It's heavy hitting, it's really good, just it's hard for sustained damage in PvP. If you can find some way to fix that, maybe like
Fire team that fights together.
a bunch of counterbalance mods on your armor, then that might help. What? Fuck that. Maybe that's something I could try. If I have any, well, I don't have any counterbalance mods, but if I did, I could just equip those and see how much that would definitely affect it.
I like your tactics.
I know it definitely would.
3 minutes left. This is wonderful.
I know people don't think too highly of mods, but in this situation, I definitely would say counterbalance is probably the way to go with this gun in particular. And maybe do like a couple counterbalance and then a couple reloads. You know? That could work.
Well fought victory. I've recorded your session for the rookies. They'll have no excuses.
I didn't do too bad. I actually did pretty good. And literally the only thing I used was the Loquitor. I guess you just really gotta get used to the gun, like overall. Anyways, oops, I got someone in the chat. Do. Oh, oops, wrong button. Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, I'm not Dado. I'm not, you know, Cackish or Houndish, but any of the other YouTubers that do Destiny 2 gun reviews, but I'm just an average Joe doing this and trying to figure out how it fares in just average everyday life. This isn't some professional review, it's just me using it in different aspects of the game and figuring out how well it does in an average everyday person's hands. Now, what I have noticed is no one really gives two shits about mods. Personally, you can see me, I'm running a crap ton of regen and resilience mods. And that's just because I really like my resilience and recovery high up there. You know, I got a 10 and an 8 right now. That's pretty dang high. But if you don't care that much, if you're like, oh, no one cares about mobility, resilience, and recovery, what I would definitely recommend is going and
Guardian, we've got Cabal loose. A glitch within the forest.
getting... How many total pieces of armor do you have?
Like the gunfight?
You got 5. So maybe 2 counterbalance mods, like maybe on your helmet and your arm, and the other 3 being like kinetic reload. Or maybe you'll have 3 counterbalance mods and have this thing basically just be ridiculously accurate. Your choice, you can shuffle that around and make it however comfortable you want it to be, but personally, I don't keep counterbalance mods because usually the guns I pick are either semi-auto or they already have a crap ton of stability, so I don't really need that much. But if you want something like that, if you want this to have more stability naturally, then by all means go right ahead. It's not going to hurt the gun. If anything, it'll make it really good. But as well, I'm not entirely sure how much effort you really want to put into this gun. A lot of other guns are really, really good right off the bat. You don't need to put a whole bunch of mods on to make the gun more usable. But then again, maybe this, maybe this type of archetype for auto rifles is your thing. It's what you enjoy. Then go right ahead. Go and try the counterbalance mods, try the kinetic reloads. It'll probably make this gun pretty big beast if you really wanted to. Good thing though, with it being an auto rifle, it actually closes those phalanx shields pretty fast though.
The geometric data I'm reading from this architecture, it's subtly shifting, like reality trying to decide on a version it likes.
In the forest,
Which mission are we doing?
I don't like it.
Tree of probabilities. Is this the Cabal
Show me up
one?
on the tracker. Good to see both of you again.
I keep forgetting I wasn't here last time.
It was so fun. I mean,
You didn't miss much. The one thing I really wish they did was Sagira's shell. You actually have her be your ghost while you have it equipped. I think that would be a really, really cool exotic attribute.
Looks like the Vex are trying to reestablish control of the forest.
They can try. This forest is mine now.
the Vanguard would disagree.
I didn't ask them.
Sorry about that. I had to do a couple things. At least we're making some progress on this, though. Yeah, I feel like something like Rampage would be really nice on this gun, but... Rip, just skipped that door. Ooh. Been a long day already, and it didn't start too long ago. I guess where this gun really shines is in its sustained damage. Because it's got a big clip and it does a lot of damage per bullet. So you can do a good amount of damage over time. So it's good against those beefy opponents, but that and headshots, it's really good for critical damage, but other than that, I don't... No, I can't really put a good number on it for doing well, I guess you could say. My personal opinion, I'll definitely be using this gun later on in the game, more often and such. And I'll definitely, you know, have it around and keep it for my collections and for fun, but I'm not sure if I'll be using it when I get, like, serious about something. Like, I don't think I'm going to be using this in the new raid layer that's coming up, or, like, in, like, Trials of the Nine. I'm not going to be using it for stuff like that. I'm definitely going to be using it for other stuff, but especially for those two things, when it comes down to the line, I'm not going to be using it for anything serious like that.
While you were fighting, I was thinking of a way over that ramp, so I simulated your Sparrow. It's good to go.
How's his Sparrow faster than mine? The heck? Mine's an exotic Sparrow. It should be the fastest in the game. Oh, whoops. Well, I screwed that up. There we go.
I can't tell these Cabal apart from the real thing.
What's the difference? Vex simulations can kill. These copies have the same goal as their counterparts. Find a future where the Legion wins the Red War.
Let's look at this dude's Sparrow real quick. It's 160. Same as mine. His is slower than mine. What? And he just passed me up? That doesn't make any sense. Oh well. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. But see, this is where it really kicks in for good damage, is against bosses. So maybe, like, if you're doing the Callus raid, and you get to Callus, and you just switch your kinetic weapon to this, and it'd probably do pretty good. Even though, you know, everyone knows, use your freaking Cold Heart, so probably won't last like that. Oh, I want a bullets. What? Well, that's not good. Looks like I gotta use this for a little bit. Unless that happens in the Chaos boss fight, then you're kind of boned. But
We've activated more lasers.
It's hard not to admire the artistry.
are you serious?
Not.
I can't believe I'm actually, you know, out of freaking kinetic bullets. How does that even happen? Really? You give me more power ammo instead of kinetic. That's one thing I have a problem with Destiny 2 is it's like Juggler is always on, which is, if you don't know, it's a modifier from Destiny 1 in heroic strikes and prestige raids and stuff. I think it's prestige raids. I think that's a thing in Destiny 1. I don't remember. But it's, you always get ammo from different weapon kills in the game. So it's like, you know, if you kill someone with your kinetic weapon, you'll get special and heavy ammo. If you kill someone with your heavy weapon, you get kinetic and special ammo, stuff like that. Fucking crap. Will you stop? Oh, like. Whoop, that hurt. But with this gun, I can do a lot of sustained damage to him. Whoa. You know, if I don't die in the process. Brick! Well, that was my bad.
It's always an honor, Guardian. Take care.
I'd say it's a pretty good gun for strikes.
If you let me.
You know, like, you do a lot of good sustained damage to the boss. Raids would probably be better for, like, the final boss fight. Heck, it'd probably be pretty good for, the new raid layer. Against the, Hydra. You've got a big clip, you've got, a good amount of damage. It'd be pretty great for, the critical points, but that's just my opinion. Again, none of this is factual. This gun is heavily based on personal taste and opinion. So, if you really don't like this archetype, don't use this gun. If you really do love this archetype, you'll probably like it because of high impact reserves. And if you want to try out this archetype, give it a shot. If you kind of iffy like me, set up a different armor set and do like kinetic weapon balance mods and kinetic reload. I'd probably do maybe 3 counterbalance and 2 reload if you don't care about mods at all. Just because it will definitely get that oomph of accuracy boost. Like, I've heard a couple people talk about this gun, and they're like, oh, it's amazing when you put a couple counterbalance mods. Just a couple. Now, if you get 3, 4, maybe if you just fully load out with counterbalance mods, this thing will probably have, like, no recoil. So, it's an interesting gun. I'd say pick it up regardless. Maybe one day you'll be glad it's in your collection. Maybe one day you'll realize you never use it. I don't know. But it never hurts to pick it up. Unless you have 0 bullet space, then it's a problem. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye-bye.